I had a meeting this afternoon with an employee to discuss some challenges. I'm not going to share all the details, but suffice it to say that the current situation is one in which he's not particularly happy with how things are going, and neither are we as a business, and wanted to kind of address those issues. And I sat down yesterday and jotted down, kind of brainstormed and thought about, well, what are the issues that I want to discuss? How do I want to present it to him? What are the questions that I have that I want to clarify, etc. And felt pretty comfortable that I had kind of, done some pretty good preparation to really try to have an engaging and productive conversation, regardless of how it was going to come out. And I had kind of a light bulb go off this morning, which it's a little bit ironic because this is the kind of thing that as a conflict coach, when I'm working with clients, just I naturally think of, and I completely forgot about it in terms of my own interaction with somebody. And what I realized was the importance of setting the expectations for what we're trying to accomplish when we interact with somebody, particularly if there's some conflict or some tension, because we all typically come into those kind of conversations with a lot of assumptions and attitudes, and very often an attachment to some kind of outcome about where we're going with it. That can really derail having any productive conversation. So I think really setting the stage and having a conversation before getting into the content about, why are we meeting? And what are we hoping to do in this dialogue? And I actually did that and talked to my employee at the beginning of the meetings and just said, hey, before we kind of get into stuff, I wanted to just get on the same page about why we're having this meeting. And I essentially just made that statement about, it seems really clear that right now the current situation is one in which neither one of us is really happy with how things are. And I kind of put out there that this was really just wanting to explore with him, make sure we were understanding each other's perspectives, and then kind of work together to see if there's some solutions that we can come up with that would meet everyone's needs, or if there's not, to part ways amicably and support each other in moving forward. I was really glad that I did that. It ended up, I did meet with him. We didn't come to any particular resolution, but we had a really great meeting, and neither one of us was defensive. We were clear about, look, we're on the same team. We're kind of, we're having a hard time aligning our interests exactly, but sometimes that's just how the world works, and there's no need for us to have animosity or blame each other. It's like, let's just be adults and talk about, this is the situation, here's what's going on for me. At the end of the meeting, we agreed, well, what we accomplished is we understand where the other one's at. Was there a way to resolve that? And if not, how we go forward? And anyway, very good meeting. Wanted to share that and just encourage people if you're meeting with somebody and there's, particularly if there's tension around, you have something planned, starting with opening with that conversation of getting some commonality on, what are we here to try to do? And as much as you can, let go of outcomes and focus on the process of getting to understand each other, and then see if you can work together towards some kind of outcome that works for everybody.